Here we go. Yeah. It's time to listen up because the show's about to get you right. Settle in cause you be tuning into what Jiu Jitsu life. Getting to the nitty and gritty of what the game's about. What it's really like when you get paid to fight and train for bouts. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it on louder. About to drop some knowledge, yo, it's Drew Dominguez, Shawn Fowler. About to give it to you straight, y'all, no filler. Pulling no punches, really couldn't get no realer. I'm a flow spiller, recognize that no one's illa. Keep it locked right on this episode because it's gonna be killer. Elite technique with the flows to get you hyped. I thought you knew with Shawn and Drew, the crew of a Jiu Jitsu life.
Welcome to a Jiu Jitsu Life. I'll be your host, Shawn Fowler, along with my co-host, Drew Dominguez and Anton Skoro. What's up, guys?
How you doing?
Hey.
How you doing, everybody?
Good,
Today's
good.
special guest is Manuel Ribamar out of Texas. Rodrigo Pinheiro, black belt. What's going on, man? How are you?
Good, man. Everything's good. It's been crazy out here, just like everybody, every place, you know.
How are you
People
doing with the
freaking
quarantine?
Man, like in quarantine, there's nothing you can do. Only like put some mats at home and try to, do some workout and like do some training. Like right now, I've been training a lot with my wife, but it's pretty much it is,
That's a pretty good training partner to have, bro.
Oh yeah,
Definitely.
right.
He's another world champion. You can't beat that. A world champion training with a world champion. You can never beat that.
Yeah, that's always a good training. She actually pushed me a lot. Right now, like the quarantine make you, man, I'm fat.
Oh,
So
man.
5 minutes round, like 5 minutes round for me, it's a lot of time.
Yeah, for sure. I know, like I bought a cleanse. I'm gonna start a cleanse tomorrow, 7 day.
That's good.
Hey, you know what? I
Feeling horrible.
think I've gained on 5 pounds myself. 20
Well,
pounds.
I'm going to be the healthy guy here and say that I look better than when the quarantine started because all I've done has been lifting and running every day. So thanks,
Yeah,
guys.
right.
Make me feel good. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Hey, I have a quick question, Mary. Since you brought your wife up, she also, she's a world champion like yourself. Who wins in the gi no time limit match?
Say again, sorry.
Who wins in a gi no time limit match?
Oh man, that's a hard question.
Is she in the room with you?
No, she's not. She's outside.
Okay, give us your answer before.
So I'm gonna like take advantage that she's not here, and then we'll say like I kicked her ass.
Yes. Yes.
She's not here, then I can say right.
Spoken like a true married man.
Oh, yeah,
No,
honey,
the truth.
honey, yeah, I forgot. Yeah, she won. I forgot to tell you guys.
So you said you have your own gym out there in Texas, correct?
Yeah, so it's been only 6 months that we opened our own school with partners with my coach and with my professor, and it was doing pretty good until all the corona thing started to happen. It was like for 4 or 5 months we was like 75 students or something like that. It was growing really fast, and then all this craziness,
So what are you doing for students now? Are you doing Zoom training?
Yes. Yeah, so I actually like try to look for all the main schools to see what they planning to do, because I'm like pretty new and be a jiu-jitsu academy owner, and then I have to always like make sure that I'm focusing all the big schools so the way I know how to act, about everything what's happening. And I've been doing the Zoom classes. I actually we opened a website too for the gym, the online class. So like the students can go there and like join the classes, see the classes, what we've been working on the week. So the way they can be easy for them to train too. Try to like keep people engaged as much as we can so we don't lose everybody.
So moving from Brazil to Texas, why did you choose Texas?
Well, like when I was in Brazil, I had the trial to go to Pan Am's, right? And so the tickets was straight to California. And then when I got into California, I didn't know anybody. And then I started messaging all the main gyms in the United States of the main coaches, right? Galvão, everybody. And then only Rodrigo was the first one to actually like answer me back and giving me the chance for me to stay with him till Worlds when I was a brown belt in 2014 to 2015. Actually, 2015.
Yeah.
And then I fought Pand and I lost on a half decision to the guy that used to be really good on that time on the lower belt, Alec Baldwin. And after 3 months, I started training with my professor Rodrigo, and then he gave me all the opportunities, you know, like for me to stay in US, because if I had to go back to Brazil, I would never have the chance to come back to US again. So it was hard, you know. And then he gave me the opportunity. I took it. I stayed here for 3 months, and then in 2015, that was my first world title in IBJJF. That's when I won world in the brown belt. And then that was cool, because with the title came the invitation for me to live in the United States, you know. And that was like pretty cool, you know.
So, Manuel, I want to talk to you about that real quick, like, because that was an interesting point of your story for me. Is when you got here, you didn't know anybody. Like you said, you lost at Pan Am's. You really didn't have a very good performance, if we're being honest. But then you stayed in the U.S. What was it that made you believe that you had it? Because I think that there's something about top grade athletes that they just know, and I think that was the second you knew for sure, like, this is what you were doing for the rest of your life. Am I wrong?
Yes. So yeah, you're right. But the thing is, like, when you like you said, you have inside of you. So I've been training with a lot of like really good guys. So I'm a teammate with Leandro Lowe and all the Miao brothers and everything. My old school was Cícero Costa in Brazil. So where it came all Murilo Santana and all these guys. So I had the opportunity to train with all of them. But you know when you're training with someone good, and then you have a lot of chance to be good at too, right? And when I came to the United States, in Brazil is hard because you don't have the money to do anything. So it's really hard for you to travel to US unless you win a trial like I did, and you know, decide to stay, because I was kind of forcing my stay in the United States. You know, like I was like, I had to come back on, let's say the flight was to arrive on Monday and go home on the next Monday. So, and the time to go home, I was like, man, you know, like I have 6 months here, so I can do something to, you know, like make some money, buy my ticket back home after like 5 months. And that's
crazy.
Yeah, that's the way that most Brazilians, I believe, that think like that. I don't know now, but that's how we used to do it, you know. And then
Shawn,
like,
go ahead, Manuel.
And Rodrigo, the thing that I knew that I could win, but it's just like when you let's say when you roll at your gym, you know, when you roll at your gym, you're gonna do the best training of your life. But if you go someone else's gym and then you start to feel like, man, I don't feel good. Why my jiu-jitsu sucking today? You know, like there's always this little pressure. And on my head, I had to stay in US so the way that I could like understand more about the pressure of the tournament from this for this sort of tournament, you know, this kind of pressure. So I needed to stay. And then this is what helped me a lot. It's like to adapt on the weather, you know.
It's amazing you say that, because your two training partners were back home. You know, you had the Miao brothers. You mentioned Murillo Bustamante, Leandro Lowe.
Santana, sorry, Santana, Murillo Santana.
Oh, I'm sorry, Murillo Santana. I'm sorry. How can you, like? I mean, I just don't understand. Those are like top level guys, and you say you had to come out because you had to stay because you weren't ready. I would think personally those would get you ready for you know, top level.
No, yeah, definitely. Look, so in Brazil, you know, like it's hard to say that one of them helped me like to, you know, be successful, because beside them there is way much better people there, you know.
Wow.
Like those are only the ones that actually had the opportunity to come to United States and showcase his jiu-jitsu, But the bro, like for real, there's way much people better than those people.
Well, that's amazing. Do you think those people ever have a chance to make their way out to the U.S. and show the
Man,
rest of the world?
I believe that, like, to be like real, I believe that if the most of Brazilians had the chance to come to United States, it would be like there's a lot of really good guys, even like Americans that people don't know, they go there and they got much better of jiu-jitsu than Brazilians, bro. But they don't, like, it's crazy. They just go there. They don't want to get out. They want to stay there training, learning, evolving, and it's crazy. You can see so you can actually see that, because if you really pay attention, like, so Lovato, Rafael Lovato, he used to go to Brazil a lot. So he was the first American world champion, first American Brazilian national champion. So those kinds of guys, they got much better than Brazilians, It's just that because there's so much like human material over there, that you can be really good.
Well, when you transitioned from Brazil to the U.S., did you come by yourself or did you bring your wife with you?
Well, in the first, so she came with me, right? I came first, and then she came with me in the second time. And then when I had the opportunity to stay at Rodrigo, I told her that I was going to, bring her back. But she didn't believe in the beginning, because she was just my girlfriend by that time, And she was already crying and everything. I was like, calm down, I got you.
It's cool. It's cool to hear you say that, because when I first met you, was that World Series of Grappling 2, it was, right? That was that World Series when you won the entire event. And one of my questions to you was, you won a nice payday. And my question to you was, what were you going to do with that prize money? One of the things, of course, one of the things, of course, you said was first for your church, and second for yourself, to do something nice for you and your at the time.
Yes. Yeah, man, I remember that actually changed my life, That tournament changed my life. And after the tournament, me and my wife, it just helped us a lot, We accomplished our part. We gave like the 20% to church. And then I really like flew. Since that day, I feel really blessed until now, because after this tournament, it just opened my mind and helped me a lot. And no, I never could imagine that one day it could be, to be real. You always tell yourself that, no, I believe that I can be world champion, right? But you actually don't believe until you make this happen, And as much as I was saying to myself, like, I can do that, inside of me was something saying that, no, you cannot, And that's crazy, because it's a battle inside of you, And then when I won Worlds, I was like, man, I could never imagine that I could win Worlds in one day, That's crazy. And
How did it feel? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Hey, good.
How did it feel when you finally won Worlds, and what was there going in your mind?
Man, I think everything is a preparation, So I've been there for 5 years straight. So I lost 4 years. So people needs to understand that win Worlds, it's not the most important thing of the world, because it's a preparation, man. So I lost 4 times, and so the first time that I lost, I had a lot of pressure on myself, because I won 2015 and I got my black belt, and a lot of people around was saying that these guys will be the next world champion in the middleweight division black belt, right? And this was a lot of pressure for me, And then I didn't want to make people like unhappy with my how can I say, with my jiu-jitsu, showing my jiu-jitsu. And then that's the reason why I lost, I believe. And then in the next day or the next year, same thing, a lot of pressure. Everybody was saying, this is Riba's year. And then I lost again. Third time, I lost. But the fourth time, I lost again. Then I was kind of like, man, I don't care anymore, you know. So I don't even care to fight that shit anymore. I just go there to have fun. And it's crazy because I'm a religious guy, you know. So I started praying God. I said, God, you know, just give me a answer if I should fight or I should not fight. Because 1 week before the Nogi World, I didn't want to go to Nogi Worlds. Because in my gym, we don't really train Nogi. But since that I was a kid, my old professor always told me, like, hey, man, your Nogi sometimes is much better than your gi. And I was like, man, but how is that possible? I just train with the gi, you know? And I actually had to train for like 2.5 weeks. And then I decided to fight the world. And then everything went well. It was like, whoa, that's crazy. So when I prepared a lot to fight one tournament, I lose. And then I didn't prepare myself, and then I won. So, and then I just start to realize that it wasn't me, you know. It was just like, I don't know, God was actually looking after me, you know.
You mentioned you lost 4 times prior to that. Are there some guys now at black belt that you'd like to have a rematch that you might have lost in the previous matches?
Now I think there is only one guy, which is Hulk. Because we fight since we were kids, and he beat me more than I beat him. And he's one of the guys that I want to fight. Matheus Diniz is one of the guys that I want to fight too, and he's actually I was supposed to fight him on the who's number 1 from Full Grappling, right? But the match went, you know, because of the coronavirus, they had to, you know, end the match. And I think I fought everybody that I lost, and I won. So that's good.
How far back do you go with Hulk? How long were you guys when you first started?
I think it's 10 times.
Dang. So
yeah,
since you were kids.
Yeah, since we were kids. 2 on the blue, 2 on the purple, and 2 on the blue, 2 on the purple, and I think it was 6 times on. No, 2 on the brown and 4 times on the black.
What's the record?
Black. So right now it's 6-4 for him.
Uh-oh. You have a couple to get back.
Yeah, I know, man. But, you know, like they say, you just remember whoever wins the last time.
Oh, very true. Very true. Very true. Go ahead.
One more W and I'm out of here. So with the 25K that you won from World Series of Grappling, you gave 20% to church. With the rest of it, is that how you guys actually opened your gym?
Well, like this money, the rest of the money we still have.
Wow, that's awesome.
It's like it was like a tree that we planted on our on our house, and then it's been just growing. It's really good, you know.
That's awesome. So were you guys able to buy a house and everything as well?
Well, right now, so we invested half on the gym, right? We actually, because that was a good thing too, because we are partners with my coach, so we put half. Right. So I didn't have to expend all the money.
So
you know?
Rodrigo doesn't train there though, right? It's just you guys, and he's at another school still, right?
Yeah, he has another school, but he trains too. He's actually a beast, man.
Yeah, no. But I mean, does he actually come and train with you guys regularly? Because I know that.
Oh no, yeah. So our gym is like 20 minutes from his gym.
Right.
And then we do the competition training at the HQ, you know. Nice.
Okay, I like that. That's awesome.
Yeah, so that way, like, you know, like we don't have to like split people, you know. We just go there, everybody together, train hard, and evolve together.
You know, what can we expect from you in the next 5 years? You personally, as a competitor, as a business owner, where do you see yourself?
Man, like if it's the will of God, I wanted to become the next world champion, you know, with the gi, right? And Man, I wanna, of course, I wanna try the trial for ADCC, or I don't know if you one day they see me, like, close and like the way that I fight, maybe be invited in the future. But it's like you guys, everybody knows me. I don't have to and to know ADCC is ADCC, So everybody wants to be there. If it's the will of God, I will. If not, I will be a good expecter, or maybe in the future I will have even a student over there fighting.
Manuel, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about that because obviously ADCC right now is kind of the pinnacle of the sport. I think that's where a lot of eyes are directed. Where do you see the future of the sport going in the next 5 years?
Well, I believe that besides jiu-jitsu, a lot of people start to do a lot of nogi, and it's I don't know, man, but for me, the ADCC it's a grappling, right? It's not jiu-jitsu, so it's a very, very different sport. And I also believe that it's just like every organization in jiu-jitsu fight against each other, right? They try to set the rules. But the thing is that if you are a high-level competitor, you have to adapt, man. You have
Agreed.
to go there and fight. And I believe that like everybody has to adapt somehow. Need to train in more like wrestling. They need to train more, leg locks. I believe that it should be even like allowed in jiu-jitsu.
So you bring me to my next question, which is for you, speaking of ADCC and saying that you have an interest in that, are you doing different training than what you have in the past to get ready for that? Because like you said, you do have to have wrestling and grappling in there as well.
Well, so I'm not the best guy in grappling, but I used to do judo when I was a kid. So my top game is pretty good. My passing is the best of my game, but people talk a lot about my guard too, because I'm like a kind of chubby guy, but I still play like some flexible guard, and then I can definitely do some leg locks and be dangerous on bottom too. So for me, it's cool because I feel good on top, and if somebody take me down, I also feel good on the bottom, like. So there's always a way for you to try to win.
Go ahead, Shawn.
What leaning into ADCC, you've pretty much captured every major title. Okay, well, have you won? You didn't win Europeans yet at black belt though, right?
No, this was my first title.
Okay, so you
I
need
got
Europeans and
one time.
pants basically, right? And then you've taken everything.
Yes, just
So,
pants.
Are you looking forward to going into? I mean, it took like you said, it took you 4 years to win worlds. It took Tankino 1, 2, 3, 4, 2000. It took him 2009, 11, 13, 15, 17. 19, it took him 5 tries too to win ADCC. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he's almost closer to 40 than 26, like you are.
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. Even being like young, but I still feel I already feel that I'm like the old generation.
You're 26 years old, man. You're 26 years old.
Now, his body probably feels like he's 60 already. Huh?
No, but like because it's so many good people right now on jiu-jitsu, man, that I feel just like that I'm sometimes I'm the new old generation already.
You're the old generation. In 26 years, what's your favorite jiu-jitsu memory you have? Aside from meeting your wife, what's your favorite jiu-jitsu memory?
My favorite, like my motivation, like
No, memory. What's the most memorable thing you've done in jiu-jitsu or you accomplished in jiu-jitsu?
Oh, okay. So I think my first tournament, the tournament of my life, it was a state championship in Brazil. I was like I never forget, I was orange belt and I only knew how to close the guard. And I don't know how I closed the guard, and then I jumped on the guard, and I closed the guard so strong that, and I was trying to choke the guy with only one hand, that when the mat when the mat was over, was the worst like fight of my life. People was even mad with me because I fought so like ugly, you know. But just like the feeling that I won my first match and my first like tournament in my life, I was already like, man, I don't care, man. I just won. I'm fine with that, you know. And my legs actually was like, my legs were shaking. I could not even walk after that.
You left it all out there on the mat.
Yeah, I was like, no, I did my best. I don't care. Win is win.
So,
very true.
Manuel, early on in your life, you started training with your brother. According to the story that I was able to listen to. So talk to us a little bit about the early days of training, because it started for you in a garage on a makeshift mat, basically.
Yeah. So yeah, man, my brother, it was like a carpet, and my brother, he was my brother and my other brother, he always put me to fight with my other brother, you know, like, come on, you guys gotta fight against each other. And then we used to get mad. We used to like fight each other on the ground. We don't even care. We just was trying to double leg and arm bar. That's it. Close guard, double leg, close guard, arm bar. That was the game. You know, and then like later on, I think he made some money, and then he was like, hey man, I'm gonna give you a gift. And then he bought me a gi, my first gi, you know. And then I thought he was buying the gi and paying the registration for me to start training, but he just bought the gi and I had to still train at home. Yeah,
That's funny.
I was like, now I go to the school training and, you know, like be good at jiu-jitsu. And then he was like, no, you have to start here first. But he was already like brown belt.
Oh,
So
does he still train?
Yeah, he used to be really good back on the day. He was from the judo, you know. So he had a really good takedowns. And then he always liked to compete. So he actually, me and my other brother, he always put this in our heads, like, you guys have to compete. Don't be happy.
And how about now? Does he still train now?
Yeah, he still train. He's actually on federation in Brazil.
So who wins? You or him?
Well,
who wins for him?
Now I can beat him. But before, man, he used to make me like throw up and get mad with me. One day I even bited him. He was passing my guard and I couldn't break the grip, and I bite his hand. I was like, man, I'm gonna rip your finger off, bro.
So I take it he stopped. He didn't pass?
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Oh, that's funny.
How often do you get an opportunity to go back home?
How was the opportunity?
How often do you get an opportunity to go back home?
Well, right now it's been hard to. So since the gym, we used to go. I always used to go like one time in a year, 2. Yeah, it's still the same, but now it's being harder because we have school and now the coronavirus and everything. Yeah, but when I go, man, it's always like fun, you know, like see the new kids, the new generation raising, you know. That's crazy.
Being in Texas, what city are you in again?
San Antonio.
You're in San Antonio. Okay, so the Alamo. So you're basically, how do you compare San Antonio to Brazil or to any of the places you were at in California? Because San Antonio's got its own unique world. Austin is probably the closest to California or LA, San Diego, or even Brazil as far as culture-wise.
Yeah, so man, it's way different, you know. Brazil just crazy, bro. Carnival. Carnival.
Yeah, but in San Antonio you got cumbias.
Yeah, but you know, like San Antonio, it's I think it's different, you know, like because the place that I live, it's not really like San Antonio. It's like Bernie.
Right.
So,
okay, what do you?
Small city on the edge.
Okay, what do you prefer, Tex-Mex or Texas barbecue?
Bro, Texas barbecue. Yeah, he's the real deal.
I know you have family visiting, correct? You have family there right now?
Yeah,
you have
I just
family
no,
right now?
no, I actually just have my wife with me.
Oh,
It's my
okay.
only family here.
Okay,
But
well,
you know,
we don't want to keep you too long. I do have to ask you before we go about your DVD. You have a new DVD out right now.
oh yeah,
Tell us what we can expect on that DVD.
yeah. So the I just released a DVD from BJJ Fanatics. You know, it's about a trap walk. It's a kind of passing that it's not many like you know, it's not many people that like to do a lot. But I really believe that is one of the innovations for passing, because it's not one thing that only sort of people can do it. You know, everybody can do it. Doesn't matter size or how tall are you, but if you actually know about the concept, the concept of your base, I think everybody, it would be hard for somebody to sweep you or even engage any kind of technique in you. You know, I even had a lot of people like people that I never imagined that was going to buy. You know, message me like the guys from a lot of people from 10 Planet, from the HQ, from the generals, from Ed Bravo. You know, it was the Cerberus, a lot of guys like asking, telling me like, man, good instruction, good job, you know, like that was a really good, that complete my game, my pass got better, you know. And that's crazy, man. This is priceless. I never imagined, you know. Sometimes you think that your jiu-jitsu are is so like simple, but if you make like a simple jiu-jitsu very well, I think it's beautiful, you know, and people can start to notice, you know. Like, so I'm pretty happy with the DVD. So yeah, if anybody, if you know one of the people who didn't see yet, just please go over there, check it out. I'm gonna try to post like 2 or 3 techniques so the way that people can actually, you know, see the technique and understand a little bit more.
Good. Go ahead, Anton. You have anything?
No, I'm good, brother.
Shawn?
So before we close this out, what do you have coming up next? I mean, even with all this quarantine happening, are you doing like Zoom classes? And I know that you said you were doing some Zoom classes. You started a website. What else are you doing to retain those students?
Well, so this week I'll be like launching a project, which is gonna be the quarantine weight loss.
Nice.
So it will be a challenge of 21 days. It will be for my students too, and for all the people that follow me on the Instagram and Facebook, you know. So I'm gonna be working with a health coach, you know, like face to face, and then I'm gonna be posting and do like 2 lives in a week, and posting every day an episode of what exercise that I'm using. So it will be 21 days with the health plan that she's going to release for me. And I'm going to be like showing to people, look, you can do that at home. You can work out this way. It not necessarily needs to be only jiu-jitsu, but it's always good to drill, you know, like do some workout. And this challenge is like, my students was asking a lot for this challenge, you know.
Okay.
And then I decide to make a project and actually let people know, you know. So I have a bag over here. Yeah, I have a bag over here full of snacks. So like, there's like Puffy's cheese, Oreo double stuff, and everything, you know. And then when my health coach said, "Damn, you gotta throw this away," I was like, "Oh no, that's." And then I actually going to have to record like that. I'm like taking all this stuff and putting on the back of my car, you know, on the truck of my car, so that I'm going to stop for 21 days. And I'm actually right now I'm pretty fat, because I want it to be like that, so people could see the you know, the change on your body, you know.
Oh, 100%.
Oh, you're cheating though. You're cheating though. Come on, world class athlete getting fat and then getting back to skinny. What's the muscle memory
No,
on
but
that? Come on.
bro, it was like bro, I never weighed that much. So I'm 208, almost 210 right now. I was like, wow, I never get like this big.
That's
And
30
then,
pounds, man. That's
Yeah,
30
brother, that's
pounds
big.
right
That's
there.
big.
yeah, I was 181.5. So that was my weight division. Now I'm 208. And then we're gonna do like 21 days challenge to show like the difference and everything. To also, you know, like, because I've been eating a lot of trash because I wanted to prove that if you stop to eat trash, you can actually get better, you know.
If people would just drink more of this, I mean, not
Yeah,
obviously
man,
this, just water.
look,
Yeah.
yeah, always.
Oh man, I tell people all the time, if you just cut out all the bullshit and just drink some water, you'll lose 5 pounds for sure. You know.
Easy. Water is really, really important. There is one thing that my health coach actually says to me always is sometimes you don't know if you're hungry or if you're thirsty. And then if you drink let's say like 5, let's say 16 like ounces of water,
Yes.
and then whenever you don't feel hungry anymore. So sometimes you need to.
I tell my wife that all the time. I'm like, are you really hungry or are you thirsty? Like, drink a glass of water and find out if you're really hungry. Like,
Yeah,
you won't be hungry anymore.
it's
But
true.
as much as water's important, but so is craft beer, Manuel. You have to drink craft beer.
Hey, well, quick question, man. Let me just ask this question: have you ever had to use your jiu-jitsu in a fight in the street to defend yourself?
Yeah, back in the day, I was like a kid from the street, you know, like in Brazil. So, well, like me, Leandro, all the guys of the gym used to go a lot like outside to fight. But this is not something that I am proud of, you know. I was just like a stupid kid.
Okay, so it was a past. You've grown out of that. Give us a good street fight story with the boys.
Well, a good fight story, man. Woo, you're always gonna be from party. Party, dancing, and somebody get mad with you, and then we start punching each other just because got mad, you know.
So you've never used your jiu-jitsu?
Well, not
or-
not really. Only double legs, right? I think in Brazil, I think in Brazil the kids when they born, they already born like on double legs.
So whenever you double leg somebody, everybody just stops. Is that what happens?
No,
hey,
no.
He got the double leg. It's over.
Yeah, no, but you know, like you know, far away that if somebody double leg, you tell right away, this guy knows jiu-jitsu. Or they just don't fight because everybody in Brazil there is like cauliflower, you know. Yeah, so they don't want to get in fight with someone who knows how to fight.
Yeah, Americans don't understand that. They think that's the guy that they want to try to fight. They see cauliflower ear and they're like, that's the guy to fight.
Yeah, right? That's crazy.
All right. Well, while we close this out, we really appreciate you for coming on. Why don't you tell everybody where they can find you on social media?
Oh yeah, guys. So you guys can follow me on Instagram at RibaBJJ, and you can also follow me on Facebook, Manual Ribamar, my page. This week I'll be posting about the project 21 Days Challenge Weight Loss Quarantine. If you would like to be inspired, just check it out.
I think I might do it.
Thank you.
What do I win if I win?
We can get some ice cream.
Hey, Manuel, if go.
We're going to mess up the whole 21-day challenge at the end.
That's what I'm saying.
I was going to say the bag of stuff you throw away, you just keep, and then you give it to the winner.
Yeah, and then and later we do the diet of the bodybuilder. McDonald's and everything.
For sure.
Hey, man, if you're ever out here in San Diego, man, feel free, give us a call. Shawn's in San Diego. He has a few gyms training at. I'm here in San Diego. If you're ever out here, feel free, give us a call. If you're ever in Vegas and you want to have fun, call that man right there.
Thank you, Anton.
So make sure you have fun.
For sure, brother.
I appreciate your time, man.
Our house is your house, man. Just let us know.
Man, thank you so much. You know, like that means a lot for me. It's crazy, man. Jiu-Jitsu is just like a big family, you know. Everywhere you go, you have someone, you know,
The only difference is this is a big family that half of us have ringworm or something at one point in our life.
And stuff.
Or staff,
All
yeah.
right.
Exactly.
Or staff, yeah.
Yeah. There's like Corona doesn't get in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu fighters, man. They survive for worse things.
Exactly. Drinking out of water hoses.
Yes.
You can just check it out, the video when we used to train at Unity, like taking shower and coming back straight to the mat.
The dirty mats too.
So this doesn't exist for us.
All right, man. Well, we appreciate your
All
time
right.
tonight.
Thank you.
I hope
Appreciate it, man.
everything's good with you. For this episode and all of our episodes, don't forget to check us out at fivegrappling.com. We are on iHeartRadio, iTunes, and don't forget Spotify. So for this and everything else, check out fivegrappling.com, and we're out of here. Thank you, guys. Have an amazing day. We would like to thank our sponsors, Five Grappling, 5365 Media, Five Forward Foundation, Five Superfoods and Shaved Ice Company, Hono BJJ, and the Fuji Mat Company. Without you, we are nothing. For this episode or any of our episodes, check us out at fivegrappling.com or follow us on social media at Five Grappling. If you're watching this video on YouTube or listening via podcast, don't forget to click the subscribe button below. Thank you for your support. Five Grappling. Compete, evolve. Real people, real stories, real life. Five brand.